Hey, look what we've got here. A reindeer. Where's that come from? Is it that time of year? Is it Christmas? Hey, look at that. Didn't they look nice there in the snow? And yes, and that is real snow, not fake snow. So in the pond, I've done a bit of cleaning out. I've cleaned the filter out, cut back a lot of the plants. We've got a bit of ice crystals that are coming off the actual spillway on that bit of rubber there. And that's more or less what's going off out here. It's incredibly cold in there. I think we're looking at probably around 1 to 2 degrees, and a lot of my fish are hiding out the bottom there. They seem to be alright, so we'll keep an eye on the fish there to see if they're okay, but I don't think there's any major problems. Now the pond is 1 metre deep, it's about 3 foot deep. Ideally you want a pond to be about 4 foot deep if possible, just because it's a bit warmer down there. It might be advisable, if you've got a pond that's not that deep, to put some sort of pump higher up so some of the warmer water stays at the bottom. Unfortunately I've got a retro bottom drain, so it's pulling all the warm water from the bottom up through the system, and obviously it keeps this pond quite cold. So a thing I may think about is getting a second pump, turning that off, putting it higher up, and then we keep a lot of the warmer water down at the bottom, because basically the earth is warming or keeping some of the water right at the bottom fairly reasonably warm. It's only the top part of the water which gets really cold. So it's always advisable in cold temperatures, if you don't want to use a heater, is put a pump on a ledge or something, so you're not pulling up all the warm water to the bottom of the pond. I do have a tiny bit of polystyrene underneath that to offer a little bit of insulation, so it keeps it a little bit warmer than it would be if it were just the cold ground. So thought I'd just show you around the garden. I know it's a bit of a mess at the moment, but it's very, very cold out here. Lots of snow on obviously on the ground. The small pond, I've just taken out the sheets of ice, so you can't actually see a goldfish there, so he seems alright. Obviously these goldfish are quite hardy for cold temperatures, so I don't think that's something you need to be worried about. Just make sure that gases can escape from the pond, and if it does completely freeze over, just get some hot water and it'll allow any sort of gases to come through, so it's not completely frozen over. So another thing I thought I'd do, I've got a few offcuts of insulation board. So Peter Puddle's koi pond, I thought I'll give that away to you for free. So got a bit of insulation board that's 25mm thick, a few pieces there, piece there, a little offcut there, and another piece there. Maybe you can put that underneath your filter and it'll offer a bit of insulation on your filtration. So that's essentially what I've got that I'm giving away. So yeah, it's quite cold today, very freezing. I think it said -2 this morning, so it is incredibly cold. So that's the pond outside as it stands, and there you go. Always handy to have one of these octagon or half moon ponds indoors if you can, so you can use it as an emergency area that you can bring your fish in if it gets too cold outside. So I've got 3 goldfish in here. They're doing well, the goldfish, if you're wondering, and they are still feeding in here because it's not that cold in here. However, it's a lovely thing to have as an emergency measure if something happens with your main pond and you need to transfer your fish for a short period. We've got this as an emergency rescue pond, you could say. Right, I've just come back indoors to check out my Mr. Koi fish. As you saw in the last video, a bit concerning him being upside down and not doing well. A lot of people have commented saying that maybe I should put some salt in, and maybe that's something I'll give a go. But I just wanted to see if this fish would recover with the warmer temperatures. Now, I have reached out to the store And the store has said there are some koi fish don't do very well in cold temperatures, and they don't like going much below 4 degrees. So some koi fish do better than others, it would seem. Anyway, let's check out Mr. Koi Fish and see how he's doing. Oh, that's interesting. He's swimming upright, and he seems to be, well, I would suspect not too happy about being in a little container like this. He seems to be doing a lot better. Let's see if we can zoom in and have a look. As you can see, he's not floating upside down now, and he seems to prefer it in here than out there in the cold temperatures. These white koi fish do sometimes seem susceptible to cold temperatures, so that's just something to be mindful. As I said, I've spoken to the actual store, and he says some koi fish are more susceptible than others, so it might be just pot luck. Some may survive the winter while others may not, and obviously he's quite small as well, and I think bigger fish are more resilient to cold temperatures. So I thought I'd just show you how he's doing in the actual container. We've got a little filter there that's connected to the air pump. Thought I'd just show you that. It's a small air pump, just enough to put oxygen in here. And just be mindful about ammonia in this little tank, so I will have to do quite regular water changes, but we may have to leave him here in the winter or pop him over and transfer him to the emergency tank with the goldfish. But I just wanted to show you how he's doing, bit of an update. He seems to be doing a lot better, so we'll monitor this situation and see how he's doing. But again, thanks everyone for coming and leaving comments and, you know, checking out what's going on. But yeah, he seems to be doing a lot better. So yeah, it's a nice little setup this. If you need something at a pinch in an emergency situation, you can pick up these sponge filter things that you connect an air pump to for about a £5 off Amazon. If you're interested in something like this that you can use in aquariums as well, I'll put a link in the description box so you can get hold of it if you need one. And you just literally hook it up to a pump like we've got here, which is basically, I think it's a 2.5 watt pump that's plugged in into the electrics there. So I thought I'd just show you that. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for your comments, I do appreciate it, and I'll see you in another one.